Okay, this is another reaction video from me. This is from James Prime. Do English people like American accents? To be honest with you, it really doesn't bother me one iota if they do or don't. It's not like we can do anything to change them. It's like asking American people, do American people like English accents or British accents? Sometimes we don't understand them. Sometimes you say things that, or use terminology that we don't understand. I'm sure it goes the other way as well. But it is what it is, and but let's find out. Let's see. Do English people like them? Maybe they do. I like British accents. I think British accents sound pretty cool.
Queen Victoria and her people. Nice.
And please click like, share, and subscribe for him, and as well as me. Like I said, this is James Prime. Do English people like American accents?
James Prime here, and today I am back in England. Now, this time I won't just be staying in London. I plan to go check out some other cities and towns. So if you have
That's a good thing. Don't just stay in London. Everybody goes, everybody knows about London. Okay, go other places. Go up to Manchester. Go to Newcastle. Go down to Southampton. Go to the different areas. I'm naming football clubs more than I'm naming cities. Maybe I'm naming cities, but let's take a look.
Have any recommendations on where I should visit next? Let me know. I just might chase it up. Now, a while ago, I made a couple videos called "What Americans Think About England." And
now, really, if you're an English person, do you really give a rat's rear end what Americans think about you, or what Americans think about England Part 2? Well, maybe I'll do those as well if I get a good feedback. Let's take a look. But I mean, do you guys really care what we think about you?
And throughout those videos, you'll notice a recurring theme that Americans really like the English accent.
Yeah, I think like the cute accents, cute British accents. So I like their accent.
I love that.
Yeah, the funny thing is you guys don't even know you have an English accent. You just talk normal like you always have, and just like we talk normal like we always have. You don't realize you have an accent. For people over in England going like this, I know that he sounds like an American bloke. Okay, so.
Accents there too.
I like their accent.
But their accents are kind of funny. It's kind of cool.
Their accents are pretty cool. I love their accent.
I like how they talk.
So today I thought it'd be fun to see if the opposite is true. I want to see if the American accent or accents are just as good to them as the English accent is as good to us. I don't know. Let's go find out.
Big time.
I mean, when I think about England, I think about when I see it. You're driving on the wrong side of the road. I think well, here I can go on a whole bunch of things. Well, you drive on the wrong side of the road. I think what else I think of when I think about England. You have an over-exaggerated opinion of your football clubs. Manchester United hates Harry Maguire, even though Harry Maguire I don't think is really as bad as they think he is, and I love Arsenal. But let's move on.
So when you think of American accent, what type of accent are you thinking of?
Well, on the internet there's that typical American girl voice that's like, oh my god.
I can't really name the different regional differences. The only one that stands out to me is the New York accent. I'm kind of scared of anyone with that.
Yeah, people try and do New York. My mother's from New York City and had a really strong New York. She's kind of lost it through the years, but there are certain accents like Boston, New York. I'm terrible at accents. I'm certainly not going to do an English accent or a Southern accent or something like that. But yeah, we have accents from all over the place.
Accent. I did actually have a teacher with a New York accent, and she scared the shit out of me. So,
for me, it's always the nasally California, oh my god, awesome. Right. That's the classic for me.
If I sound like any of that, please let me know.
For California and Los Angeles and all that.
Yeah. Everybody thinks about California and Los Angeles. Oh my God, that's all over the place. That's not just a California thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's quite loud. Yeah. Can be loud. They pronounce the words really well. You understand them really easily, but it can be a bit annoying sometimes.
See, mine's I had to go deep like, is it Texas when they're like really deep? Southern, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Texan.
Yeah, the southern accents, and Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia.
Something like that. Or they all kind of, there's just like one American accent. Like like you said, you go down the road, there's another accent. Whereas in America, I feel like everyone just speaks the same.
I would say either like the high-pitched Midwestern accent, especially female accent.
High-pitched Midwestern accent.
Or I would say like your upper South, like Tennessee, like drawl, something like that.
Probably the New York accent. Yeah, I like the way they say.
Yeah, if you see enough movies, you can pick up that New York accent. If you like movies like Goodfellas, or maybe if you go back to the '70s, Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino. Try to think of movies with heavy New York accents in them. Moonstruck. Probably Goodfellas, probably the one that I think, or The Godfather. Maybe not so much The Godfather, but yeah, that New York Saturday Night Fever. Oh, Saturday Night Fever is huge, huge New York accents in that movie.
Coffee.
For obvious reasons, since they take place in New York City, I get that.
It's going to sound really weird, but something not too dissimilar from your accent, like kind of
Midwest.
yeah, exactly, Midwest, like definitely don't think default of New York or like deep South or anything like that. So yeah, something like Midwest, I'd say. Yeah.
What are your general thoughts on the American accent?
I don't know. I think it depends on the person that it's coming from, but I like it. I think because it's the same language, but you use different words and kind of say things slightly differently. I think it's just interesting. So I quite like having a conversation with an American person.
I think because we grew up with a lot of American TV, so I'm just quite neutral to it. It's just an accent.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
The American accent is like the English accent of the internet, and everyone digests content on the internet now. So now it means like if you have an English accent, you're this kind of exotic token who.
Well, here, what a lot of people, well, I would say a lot of people, I don't want to speak for everybody in America. Even with the British accent, it makes you sound more sophisticated. I think you sound smarter than maybe what you actually are, than they actually are. Even the criminals sound smarter than we do with that British accent. It's just how I think. It's some of the things that you say. I don't want to put a British accent on. I certainly wouldn't do that. But it makes you sound smarter than what you actually are. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Now, I don't know if we sound smarter, or maybe we sound stupider. But I think the British accent makes you sound smarter than what you actually are. That's what I think.
Just sounds a bit like Hugh Grant, sounds a bit kind of weedy and pathetic.
Right.
Whereas the American accent is kind of feels a bit more like luxuriant in comparison.
Right.
There's a very annoying accent, but I don't know where it's from. And it's like hi, it's Cali, like, I don't know.
So I relocated to America when I was 16. At the time, I had a real English accent, and found it incredibly hard to be understood. I would ask for like a glass of water in a restaurant, and people actually wouldn't get it at all. So I deliberately started putting on a more American accent, like, can I get a water? Oh, I love it, especially like Boston accents. Yeah,
My brother actually can do a good New York accent, and he was in New York City, and he put it on heavy, and nobody noticed. Everybody just reacted normally to him because he's good at doing it. If I tried to do I don't know if I ever tried. No, I don't think I ever tried to do it, because whenever I try and do it, I sound like a guy trying to do a New York accent. I'd probably give myself away rather quickly. But my brother can do a pretty good New York City accent.
I'm a New England Patriots fan, so like people like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, like when they come on and do a real Boston accent, I think it's great, and also the Deep South.
Yep.
I think it's fantastic.
I think the American accent is pretty understandable, but personally, I prefer the English accent a lot more. It's nice. I think it's fine, but I just prefer an English accent if I had to.
Yeah, I like the English accent better too.
Side.
Oh, one thing I would like to say is, I can't tell the difference at all between an American accent and a Canadian accent. So, I know that's going to get...
What are you talking about?
That's the only word. That's the only word. It's a boot. What I think of as like standard American accent, like we discussed, like yours, like Midwest, I really like. I think of other ones like the New York accent, again, like the Deep South accent, is like quite stereotypically funny accents. Like, in comedies, you would have like the Deep South like drawl, and it's like coming out with funny lines and things. So I think of that as quite like a comic sort of slant on things.
It can get annoying quite sometimes, but it can get quite whiny, but I also prefer the British accent, specifically on men.
I feel some triggered Americans are going to be like, oh my gosh. To the people out there that are watching, could you give them your best
I'm not offended.
American accent?
On Wednesdays we wear pink. Pink from Mean Girls.
I like my water bottle.
Hi, my name's Izzy, and this is my American accent.
It's not really very good, but you guys sound more American than... you guys can do American accents a hell of a lot better than a lot of people who do British accents. Because if I try to do a British accent, it would sound horrible. I'm not even going to embarrass myself.
Don't put that one on there. Hi, my name's Izzy, and I'm from America.
That's terrible, too.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
I'm a pie.
That's terrible.
Like the car in Harvard.
Nah, nobody talks like that. Sigh.
Yard.
I'd like to drink a nice cold glass of water.
Water
That was probably the best one so far.
is wet. Because Australian. See?
He sounds too British to me.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Water.
That's how everyone thinks British people say water. Water.
Interesting
have a glass of water. So I just embarrassed myself by trying to do a British accent. Probably all going to laugh at me.
perspectives from the English people. I appreciate you guys going out of your way to do this video. Now, if you're American and you're watching this video and you feel triggered, don't worry. There's a support group I made on Discord that you guys can join and discuss your feelings. It's called the Triggered One Support Group. So go ahead and join that if you feel triggered. I'll probably make...
Why would you feel triggered? I don't understand why anybody would feel triggered about accents. I mean, accents are accents. You either have one. Everybody has an accent whether they know it or not. And, whether they like it or not, I mean, that's their opinion. I mean, in this country, you have a right to your opinion. Well, maybe not so much anymore, but you should have a right to your opinion. But I think they sound fine.
Make this video again in a different city just to get some different perspectives. And to the Americans out there that are watching this video, I'm curious to know your thoughts on the English accent. Something you like, something you don't like, let me know.
I like the British accent. I like the English accent. I like, the Scottish accent I find hard to understand sometimes. The Irish accent is pretty distinctive. I like that one too. But I don't really hate anybody's accent because, like I said, you have an accent whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not. And, that is what it is. It's not like I remember when Brad Friedel was a goalkeeper for Liverpool, Blackburn, and Tottenham. He's actually from Bay Village, Ohio, which is I think about a couple hours from where I'm at. Whenever he spoke when he got back from England, he sounded like he had a British accent. He just developed one. It probably sounded a lot more like the English. But again, like I said, accents are accents. You have one, and you sound like you do, and there's nothing you can do to really change it, unless you really, really want to. But I don't know why you'd want to. But I like the English accent. I think it's cool. Like I said, I think it makes you sound some more sophisticated. But hey, that's my opinion. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day. And please click like, share, and subscribe for him as well. Thanks for watching.